got you a review of the movie Jawan, which is Shah Rukh Khan's grosser movie, and I had also spoken about the fact that it seems to be his speaking out moment. I remember when Pathan was released, it was just after his son had come out of jail, and he hadn't done much in that movie and said nothing much about that case. It was like a typical Bombay masala, good cop, bad cop, or of a hero taking on the villains and so on and so forth. But in that sense, Jawan is completely different. It has a very strong messaging going across, which I had spoken about. And what was the messaging? Very quickly to do a wrap up. One, first of all, what is really going viral is that particular scene almost towards the end where he talks about power of vote. He says that, whenever we buy a product, we keep on asking 100 questions. Yeah, will the servicing will be good? How long it will run? Where the mileage is good? But why don't we ask these questions when we vote? But after every 5 years, when we get a chance to vote for our politicians, why is it we don't take them to task on what were the promises they had made and what they have not fulfilled? And he talks about the power of the finger, which is the button you press. It was also in the backdrop of at least 9 lakh of those EVM machines which were stolen, making the point once again is that that's how votes are often forged. That's one point he raised. He talked about farmer suicides, he talked about crumbling health infrastructure, and also a legal criminal system which takes years to give justice to people, and very often the wrong people are accused and behind bars. And of course that even as far as defense equipments are concerned, they are not very well procured and not very good. Now, as expected, because this is also what I had anticipated, this has now become a big political issue. They are already, if you notice the social media timeline, political parties have begun to read this, the opposition ones, as Shah Rukh Khan's government's attack on the government. I remember there's a very interesting one on Raghav Chaddha where, the same question where Shah Rukh Khan raises that people should not vote on the basis of caste, creed and religion. Raghav Chaddha tweets to show a picture of Arvind Kejriwal having said this earlier. Similar point being raised by the YSR Reddy also, and so on and so forth. So it's now going to become a political, it already has. Movies and cinema are very much intertwined with their politics. Very often, for example, a movie like Kashmir Files, that's always found to have a political undertone, and that was again mired in politics with the BJP versus the Congress and the rest of the opposition parties. As we are heading into an election season, in fact I would say we are already in an election season, Shah Rukh Khan's Jawan has now raked up this issue once again, that was he actually speaking out against the BJP. Every political party is going to see it their own way. The opposition parties are going to read this as Shah Rukh Khan's tirade against the establishment, and therefore the movie is being tom-tommed as an anti-established movie. But the points he raised is, I guess, when you would say true of most political parties. I mean, farmer suicides also happened at a time when the Congress was, for example, in power in Maharashtra. So you cannot say that this movie is only about one political party or against one political party. That would be a little unfair to say that. But in India, certainly, entertainment cannot be kept separately from politics. And that's exactly what has happened in the case of Jawan.